everyone, it's Jaded Wave or Jade, and I'm here with another haul for the month of April. I apologize in advance for my voice, if you can tell. I'm trying to get over a pretty gnarly cold at the moment, and I also apologize for the fact that we're halfway through May, and I've yet to put my haul for April. I know I say this when I'm late, but I've just been very busy lately, and I haven't had the time to sit down and record. And if I do have any free time, I usually spend it watching anime or reading manga, and I just don't feel like picking up a camera. So yeah, without any further delay, let's just get right into it. The first 4 volumes I purchased for the month of April are the Omnibus Collector's Editions for Fruits Basket. I have Volume 1 right here, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. I really love these releases with the white covers and the characters done in the newer art on the front, as well as the pastel colored spines. Now, I was recommended this series in my March haul by Lara Moon. I'll link her channel in the description below, but this is a manga that every shoujo lover should read, as I've heard, and I'm a huge shoujo fan. However, I've never read this entire series. Before picking this up, I read a few chapters online, and now I'm on volume 4, I believe, and I really like where the series is going. I only have about 8 more omnibuses to pick up, and then I will have completed the series. Before I get any further, I'd like to pick up the rest so I don't have to stop and wonder what's gonna happen, but I really do like this series. It's very different than what I've usually read, probably because it's a few decades old now, I believe, but it's fairly good, and I would recommend it to every shoujo lover out there. The next volume I've picked up is Volume 4 of Welcome to the Ballroom. As I previously said before, this manga is beautiful, and because I'm an impatient little fuck, I am caught up with the scans online. I'm sort of anticipating the anime, but I'm not too sure if I'll watch it since I think the anime won't do the manga art any justice. I'm just such a huge fan of the manga art, and I feel like it's just not going to be captured as nicely if it was animated. But if you are watching the series, let me know how it is. The next volume I've picked up is The Prince in His Dark Days, Volume 4. This is the 4th and final volume of the series, and I finished it as soon as the volume arrived at my house. The manga was beautiful. The art, the plot, the characters, and everything. As I said from my last haul, this is an excellent gender bender that explores sort of finding yourself and your sexuality and your identity. And I recommend this one highly, and I was very satisfied with the end, so hopefully you guys will be too if you read it. The next 5 volumes I purchased are a complete series, and it is Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. I have Volume 1 right here. Here is Volume 2. And I'm really happy with this purchase. I have loved Kingdom Hearts ever since I was like 7. I've played most of the games apart from actually this one. I only actually watched my brothers play this, and I will get to it eventually. This is Volume 4. And this manga focuses on Roxas, who is my favorite character ever, so I am thoroughly excited to read through these. So this is pretty much a Kingdom Hearts haul at this point. I'm sorry, but I have volumes 1 through 3 of Kingdom Hearts 2. And from what I've seen from flipping through the pages, it's pretty much a walkthrough of the second game. And I've completed that so many times, so maybe there'll be no surprises for me with this one, but I am hoping that I'll get more material from it. And next up, we have volumes 5 and 6 of Love at 14. And there's not much to say about this series apart from the fact that it's a pretty soft and lighthearted read, and it's just a really cute romance between 2 14-year-olds, and they're at that stage of their life where you're just discovering love, and I just think it's a very sweet approach at a nice, easy to read shoujo. I really love the cover for this volume especially. So the next volume I purchased is a complete omnibus series called The Secret Sakura Shares. I purchased this manga without really knowing what I was getting into. I just read the summary and thought, ooh, it's kind of interesting, let's just pick it up. And it's about a rich girl who's in debt, and this guy takes her in, the usual. And I thought it'd be a cute series, but in fact, it was freaking boring. I felt nothing, and the ending was super unsatisfying and had a cliffhanger, so I definitely don't recommend. It wasn't a huge waste of money. It was like 10 bucks or something with the sale that was going on, but it was like 10 bucks I'll never get back, and yeah, don't recommend it, don't buy it. Here we have Utsubora, and I purchased this manga because I originally saw it on Akidiris' channel, but it was also recommended to me by ItsThatNat, and so I will link her in the description below. But this is a pretty dark series. It begins with the death of a girl named Aki, and the whole manga is just one wild ride. There are some suggestive scenes, but they're done in sort of like a haunting way, and I kind of like that it's not focusing on the sex part as like smut, but rather as part of the plot that makes it kind of chilling in a way. So yeah, I would highly recommend this. It was very confusing and it took me a minute to understand what was going on. I had to reread a few of the panels to get what the message sort of was, but it's a very deep read and it's mature, and I would only recommend if you are someone who likes that type of series and you need to pretty much read it with a very open mind. And when you read it, you should probably be in that sort of mood before going in. So yeah, I recommend purchasing it. It's pretty good. And lastly, for all of the manga I picked up, is this huge ass release by Inio Asano called Nijigahara Holograph. And I haven't read this one yet. I do need to get into that Asano mood to start it. However, I really like the release with the silhouette and how it sort of emits this sort of mystery kind of feel to it. And yeah, it's a pretty heavy book. And it's the last one I needed to complete my Asano collection, apart from the Pun Pun releases that are still coming out. But yeah, I will pick up anything by this guy. Anything. That concludes all of the manga portion that I bought for this month. And now moving on to the anime, I've only picked up 3 releases. And the first thing I bought is the DVD for Magical Play. It's a weird one for me to pick up because I briefly remember watching this back in the day and I remember it being pretty funny. But now I have no idea what it's about, except that the main girl right here wears a fish costume, so that's pretty cool. And it kind of reminds me of Squidward in the salmon suit, so obviously this must be a good series. But yeah, glad to have picked that one up. Next thing I've got is the Noragami box set for season 1. And I am late to the game, I know, shut up. I know that season 2 has just been released, but I am glad to have gotten this because I love this show. Even though it deviates quite a bit from the manga, I think it does it well. I'll be picking up season 2 probably next month, if not someday, but I'm fairly glad to have gotten this. I really like how the box looks, and it doesn't come with any extras or anything, just like the Blu-rays and the DVDs, but for the price I paid, I don't really mind. And now, for my final purchase for April is my favorite anime of the month, and it is the One Punch Man box set. And I am so very happy to own this. I thoroughly love this show, as does pretty much everyone else. And the release is super cool. The slipcover comes right off, and it's Saitama punching through the box, and I really like that. It's a lot different than like your normal standard box set. And then it comes with the Blu-ray in here. Comes with some art cards and all that, and it comes with a little book. And it does have some information on characters, all that stuff. And I thought it was a really good release for the price that it was, and I think I got this for like $45 or something, so that's a great deal in my opinion. And that is everything for the month of April. I'm pretty satisfied with what I've got, and I think that's pretty important for those who buy anime and manga. I mean, I may not be able to afford hundreds of volumes each month. However, I'm pretty satisfied with just 20 or so, not even 20, like 10 or so, as long as it's important to me and etc. So thank you to those who have watched and are watching right now, who have liked, commented, subscribed, whatever. I thoroughly enjoy talking to you guys through the comments, and I do enjoy making these videos, even though I act like I don't. But thank you again, and I will see you next time. Bye!